as soon as you're dead, your physical kind of body exists, but then there is this kind of like soul. But then it comes with so much like, unanswered questions, right? Because now you're
Answer
talking about like,
questions. Yeah, I was about to say.
rebirth and all of this, and then you go, okay, whatever your karma you accumulated, it goes with you. So then you're basically saying, okay, so whatever you want to like, whatever you want to call this karma is, right? Okay, I did some bad things, right? Or I did some good things. It's like assuming all of this kind of this mathematical tallying going on somewhere, right? It's like, oh, you serve the poor. Okay, so that takes like 2 points out of you. Fucking, you blew the cum you in some like poor girl's mouth. Like that was like a very bad thing to do, right? And then
-10.
then you had chicken for lunch, which means you ate an animal, right? Which is like went through suffering. But then you ordered some plants the next day. Okay, then like so who does this weighted average thing, right? It's like, every action gets this many points throughout your lifetime. And then your soul then basically like, goes back to the god or whatever, saying, hey, by the way, this is my score sheet, and then the god is like, oh, okay, this motherfucker, actually, go be a centipede and then come back and talk to me, right? you know, and like, oh no, and then you go back to being a centipede, right?
And you
But then
gotta
I'm
work
like, okay,
all the way up to a human. Yeah.
but then I'm like thinking, okay, so then if you're a centipede, how do I know living the life of a centipede that I'm suffering being a centipede? Like, that's what they say, right? But maybe a centipede has a great life, right? Like I just get to chow on like,
Right.
a bunch of plant
And get to
matter.
get
I don't,
laid whenever, like once a year or whatever, I get laid really well. I get to make a
and
bunch
I
of
just die,
babies.
maybe I only lived like
Yeah.
a month or
Right.
and then done, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I don't get that whole idea, man. It's this sort of, and even if that was true,
Magical
then wouldn't
thinking.
you have to then at least admit the fact that whatever you call God, right? Whether it's a creator, whether it's an alien civilization far more advanced, like, and we're all like this kind of biological entities in a petri dish, right? That could be a possibility, right? But
I
you have
never
to almost
understood
admit
that.
that. But at a minimum, you have to then admit that whatever this entity is, it is like sadistic in some way, right? Because now you're saying,
Right.
I'm going to create life. I'm going to put life through all this kind of challenges and this and that on this, and on one little tiny planet called Earth, right? Out of the whole thing. And then depending on the actions, I'm going to just like punish them and reward them. So I'm like, how is this like, this is not some kind of peaceful, benevolent,
Absolutely not.
entity or whatever, right? It's obviously it's a fucking, it's like a wicked.
It's a human creation. Yeah, it's a human creation. Period. It's so obvious that the things that we like. You pick up most religious texts. Why does it surprise? I mean, how did we not think through this? Like, why does it surprisingly emphasize human values? How come it left out like animal values? Like, have you noticed that? Chances are that humans wrote it, so we're projecting our thoughts onto this god, like entity that we created. It's extremely obvious, and it's not a bad thing because that was the best tool we had at that point in time. Now we've officially reached a point where the metamorphosis humans are done. We're like, you know what, those are a bunch of bad ideas, we can throw them out. It got us so far, we can just kind of like approach life through a very rationalistic viewpoint.